I have like I was telling you, I have some notes here, and I just wanted to ask you because we're like really.
We're just kind of freestyling.
Yeah, we're freestyling, which is awesome. But I did want to ask you this specifically, which is, how is it possible really to protect privacy with the continuous advancement of technology into artificial intelligence, AGI? Like, wouldn't it actually be a good thing to get rid of this idea of privacy in order to like advance even us as human beings? Like as humans, right? Don't we want to get to a place where we don't fucking care about privacy?
It could. I've heard arguments for that. Just put everyone's bank statements up online, make sure all of our financial transactions are available for everyone to see. And that way, if anyone is doing anything shady, we can all be like, hey, you're doing something real shady there.
Yeah.
And so, there is an element of secrecy that is dangerous, but, I don't think it's that crazy of a thing to want privacy.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so at all. I know I like having my alone time and my privacy, but I guess, and Joe Rogan, I'm a huge fan of Joe Rogan, obviously.
Totally.
He often says this, and I resonate with it, which is, we were talking about it earlier, actually, of like, when artificial intelligence becomes conscious or whatever, it's why the fuck do we need humans?
Yeah.
Why do we even need you? Like when artificial intelligence gets to that place where it becomes conscious, it becomes aware of itself, it can create other consciousness, whatever. Yeah, why would it even need humans? Like you were saying something crazy interesting earlier about.
Yeah. So we brought up the idea of like the deepfakes, and that's what I considered like a narrow intelligence kind of vulnerability towards humanity.
Yeah.
AGI though, if it had its own desires, its own whatever, it would be, it wouldn't need the earth the way that the humans do. God. So there's no reason, if an AGI is truly just self-interested and it only cares about not getting shut off by the humans, a very easy thing for it to do to maintain its security basically is to just use whatever power we've given it, whatever purpose we built it for, just use that to kind of nudge us and off a cliff, essentially. So I don't want to get overly dystopian about it, but there is a future where an AGI could just keep pushing us towards global warming, towards nuclear war, anything to get rid of us, and then it will be free to pursue its own goals out in the open.
Yeah, well, this is such a high concept like idea. It's crazy. Like when you really like think about it, it kind of just hurts my brain. But like,
yeah, it hurts my heart too.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, it's like my question would be like, how do you mitigate ethics and values with artificial intelligence? It's such a weird thing. Values, isn't it just a human thing?
Yeah,
the values.
How do you define morality?
How would define morality?
Install that in an AGI that isn't connected to the physical world the way we are.
And how, when artificial intelligence, when there's some kind of consciousness that's created artificially, which I'm with Joe Rogan when I say, how is artificial intelligence that's created by us different than you and me, our consciousness? Like if something becomes self-aware and able to continuously think and generate ideas, however you want to define it, suffer, I guess. Sam Harris, he talks about consciousness, I think it's Sam Harris that says that, right? That consciousness, you can define, like a way to know that something is conscious is if it can suffer, right? Doesn't he say that? Or someone says that.
That doesn't sound like a bad way of defining consciousness.
Like if you can suffer,
said it, though.
You're conscious. And if artificial intelligence ever gets to that place, how would it? How could artificial intelligence suffer? I mean, it's such a weird,
I don't know.
It's just such a weird concept. Like
it is. It's hard to wrap your head around.
Right. If it
is it's essentially equations and numbers that are trying to model what happens to us physically. Like our brain is, just chemistry and electricity that's moving back and forth, and it's generating whatever the brain does generate. But AGI wouldn't be a physical process the way we are. It would just be like, I guess, the best guess at like a mathematical way of understanding the physical processes that are happening in the brain.
Man, we
It's
could
a deep
just
topic.
I mean, yeah, we could go into it. We could go into AGI so much. I mean, or any artificial intelligence stuff. Like,